One of my favorite books is The Explorer by Catherine Rundell. It's a story about a group of kids who survive a plane crash in the Amazon rainforest and have to work together to try and find their way home. The setting of the story feels so magical to me. The rainforest is such an incredible place, and everywhere in the story, there are so many beautiful locations and descriptions. But today, rainforests around the world are in danger of being destroyed. In my opinion, the rainforests should be protected from the people who want to destroy it. This is a really serious problem facing the world today. And I want to start it by explaining what the problem really is and where it is coming from. First, I want to talk about the world's biggest rainforest, the Amazon. It covers more than half of Brazil and is the world's largest tropical rainforest. But it used to be even larger than that. Some of the wet forest is very close to the equator. The core part was even on the hot equator. It also produces a lot of different plants because the plants adore growing in the warm, wet climate, where they grow best. The trees can grow up to 100 feet or 30 meters to get. Sometimes the lianas even try climbing on the trunks to get sunlight in the trees. Because life is so crowded in the Amazon, the plants have to fight for light. Every year, people who want to raise cows cut down big areas of the rainforest to build their farms. And this has been happening for a long time. Since 2003, the Amazon has shrunk by 20%. This loss continues every year as more and more of the rainforest is cleared to make farms. The problem is coming from companies who want to clear the rainforest for profit. My English teacher talked about ecology and protecting rainforests for a whole week in class. And according to my knowledge, the Amazon rainforest itself produces 1/3 of the oxygen in the world. And lots of rainforests are habitats to huge amounts of insects and amphibians. Also, they mostly produce medicine that can help people to get healthier. But there are rare animals that only exist in the wet forests. Plus, humanity, like some kind of monster, is cutting down trees and hunting the rare animals. That's because humans are greedy and want more land to farm on and build on. We could lose the rare species of animals that live in the rainforest if we continue to cut it all down. We would be hurting everyone if we allowed human greed take away these sources of medicine, fresh oxygen, and scientific knowledge. This is a big problem to try to solve. The Amazon is so important, but it's also just one rainforest. And this problem exists in more places in just than Brazil. So how can we prevent the rainforests of the world from being destroyed? This brings me to my solution. I think that countries should come together and agree to make it illegal for anyone who is not on a scientific expedition to enter the rainforests. This may sound a little extreme, but these rainforests are in danger of being completely destroyed if we do not stop tearing them down. We see them as a source of money and resources, not as a magical place full of wonder and new things to learn. But I think we should agree to see the rainforests differently. We should see them as an important part of the earth, the lungs of the planet, and as something to be studied and protected instead of stolen and torn down when we feel like it. If countries came together and agreed to protect their rainforests and not allow companies to tear them down for profits, we would take a big step towards seeing the rainforest as an important part of our planet worth protecting. So, in conclusion, I encourage all of you to think about the rainforest a little differently. They are not just a bunch of trees and animals and insects and plants. They are not just a source of wood or open land. Rainforests are an important part of what makes life possible on our planet. They make the fresh air we breathe, and they contain secrets of life that science still hadn't discovered. They should be protected from the greedy plans of companies that would cut down the forest and clear the land for building or farming. And I think we can all have a part in protecting them. Thank you.